Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys back here again with another figure review. Today we've got the Elite Series 87 Candice LaRae. And I mean, what a perfect time to be doing this figure review. She just returned last week and she also just had her second match tonight, which she didn't win, but it was a pretty damn good match. Sorry if I just spoiled that for you if you didn't watch. Before we get into this, sorry I'm posting it a little bit later than I normally like to. Had a little bit of a personal issue come up on Wednesday, and that was just a little bit of a problem for me throughout the week, but hopefully I can try to get back into a normal flowing gear this week. And next week I go for my tattoo, so I don't know exactly how I plan to do a figure review for that week. Maybe I'll do it when I come home Friday. I don't know. And if you watched the unboxing, what figure would you guys like to see next? I'll take some suggestions. I don't really have it planned out at the moment. But before I keep on talking, why don't we bust into the figure and break down some of the accessories and get into the figure itself. So, for the accessories, you don't really get too much. You get 2 sets of hands. One set being mic holding hands or like grapple hands. They've got a little bit of fingernail polish and stuff on the fingernails. That's a pretty nice detail there. Also on the second set of hands, I didn't feel like taking them out, but they're like slappy hands. And then the cool accessory would be this jacket. And all I can say is it might have been a pain in the ass to get this jacket out without making too much noise, but it's got a lot of nice detail. It's got a little bit of texture to it with the bumps. The wings are pretty cool. I don't think it's exactly what she's been wearing the past couple of weeks, but neither is the attire. But we can break that down right now. Let's just bring the camera over here. And as you can see, this Candice LaRae has a nice purple and green attire. I guess you could say it's purple, green, and pink because there's a little bit of pink there too. And it's a really good attire. There's a lot of detail on this. Pretty much all flat green on the black on the back. Got a little bit of greens interwoven here. Got like the little strap detail on the top. She's got knee tape and the knee pads. Her boots are a little open because she didn't lace them all the way. It's really nice. Now with the head sculpt, I'd say you could see Candice in it. It may not be the most perfect head sculpt, but maybe that's just because I'm looking at it in the light and not when it's light outside. I don't know. I'd say it's a pretty damn good head sculpt though. And breaking down some of the articulation real quick, she can't really look up and or down. She can just barely rotate her head pretty much. And it's because of the hair. She's got a pretty decent ab crunch though for a female figure. She's got waist swivel. Her arms move back about that much. She's got a really nice arm bend, especially for it being just a single joint. Of course, she's got wrist swivel and wrist bend. She has kick that spans about that far. She's got upper leg rotation. It's just a little stiff, so don't mind me. She's got, I guess you could say it's boot rotation, but it's more like upper thigh rotation. She can bend her ankle, and she's got a little bit of ankle swivel, but it's not the greatest. I don't know. All in all, it's a pretty solid figure, and especially for her first time in the line. But with that being said, why don't we get her jacket on her and rate the figure, and maybe just talk a little bit about Raw, because I did watch Raw while I was at work, so I'll be right back. You know, while putting the jacket on her, I kind of thought about it. I didn't show that she had a double bend in the knee. Not that it really matters, you know, you guys should know about that. They did start giving that to female figures after a while. I don't know if some of you guys that are watching are old school or if you're new school, but female women's figures, whatever you want to call them, they always have it. They definitely didn't have that great of articulation back in the day. Is she gonna stand? I hope so, because I want to wrap up this review so I can try to go eat some dinner and relax for the rest of the night. So this Candice, this is her very first figure. The look is great. The jacket's great. It's kind of weird seeing the fact that the attire and the jacket itself are not like the same kind of purple, but that could just come because of the fact that the rubber material couldn't be made in that purple. I don't know. It's a who's who. I really like the jacket and the way it looks on her though. So the fact that she didn't come with many accessories, at least she came with a pretty damn good one. Now before I rate the figure, Raw was pretty damn good tonight. I was kind of shocked to see some of the outcomes of it, but I mean, of course, some of it was a little predictable too. Like, I was shocked to see Candice lost. The fact that Mustafa Ali accepted the US Open Challenge was pretty nice. I did not expect that. Well, I mean, it wasn't a US Open Challenge, but he challenged Bobby for the title that night, excuse me. The face-off between Matt Riddle and Rollins was pretty damn good. I don't know, I'm actually pretty hyped to see what goes down at Extreme Rules. I'm pretty hyped to see what happens on SmackDown. But speaking of that, let's rate this. I wasn't going to try to ramble about Raw for too long. I thought it was a pretty decent episode though, since Triple H has taken over. The show's been pretty damn good. But the figure itself, it's a really damn good quality figure. The details are nice. The attire itself is a pretty damn good attire to have for your very first figure. I don't know, I would say this figure can get like a, let's say a solid 7 out of 10. I'll give it about a 3.5. And I'm only rating it this low, and that's just because personally it is kind of weird to see that the jacket and the tights, like the purples, don't really match. The greens kind of do though. Not really, but They kind of do look like they match, like a little bit of the greens on the front look like they match. I don't know, the accessory's really cool, but I kind of just wish it would have matched up a little bit better with the attire. Maybe maybe she came out like that and I just don't remember it. Because there is a picture of her on the back of the box, and I don't know, I mean, looking at it, it kind of does look like it was different purples, but that's just because this was actually glossy and that's not glossy. So, I don't know, but a 3.5, a 7 out of 10. Oh, I meant to say 3.5 out of 5 stars. Might be. It's a pretty damn good figure. I don't tend to get women's figures too often, but I want to try to get a couple of the modern day women's figures, and maybe if they release a good Trish and a good Lita, I'll try to pick up one of their figures too, because I've missed out on every single one they've released. I keep on moving the camera out of frame. My bad. Well, on that note, I think it's time that I cut this review. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, I don't really care. Subscribe for future content, you guys, and I'll see you next week with another figure review. Peace, yo.